Welcome to Pickleball Live here in the Pickleball TV studios in Santa Monica, California. Danny Clevenger, very excited to be joined once again by this pickleball squad that has been absolutely crushing it. Matt Manasse, Kamryn, Blackwood. It's been so fun to watch you guys all throughout this entire week, and I know you've had such a long day. Dave Fleming's going to be joining us later. You two are going to teach us the Ernie, but it's been a quality day of semifinal matches. Cam, you talked about it earlier on in one of your guys' hits post-match. What led to such quality play?
Yeah, I think when it's earlier in the day and it's pool play in the week, you're playing your best, or you're trying to, but you're still a little comfortable, right? Because you can technically go 2-1 and still make it into the semifinals. This is win and in, and if you lose, you're out. So the best came out today. Even Matt and I were talking about it. Maybe the scores weren't as close as the play even was. So I just love that. Everyone had to beat everyone. No one just lost today. It was incredible play.
Yeah, you weren't focused on point differential. It wasn't about pool play. You knew your matchups ahead of time. The semifinals were set. You could prepare a little bit the night before, and it was very focused from start to finish, and we saw the highest level because of it.
Some extra strategies that we saw on today.
Right.
Well, let's recap what happened here on Semifinal Saturday, because, yes, the finals are set everywhere. Let's just start with the match that we just saw. We'll get there in a moment. Let's get to Leigh Waters and the fact that she's going for her 30th Triple Crown. It started with singles, Cam.
Yeah. We got to give Mr. Matt Manasse credit here. He said Leigh Waters is going to crush Mary Brosh.
Beat down City.
Okay. I said, I think it's going to go to 3. They have gone to 3 before. Mary Brosh does have great strokes, but it was Leigh Waters all day long. Her movement was incredible. I know she mentioned her knee earlier in the week and said, if it's bugging me, I'm going to pull out of singles. I mean, there's no way. 11-0 and 11-6 here. She was moving incredible. She was confident, but I think, like she said, this is her best pickleball at the end of the year. I mean, for her to sustain this is absolutely incredible. That's why she's #1 in the world.
Not much of a shot there for Mary Brosh. Sorry, Matt got that one right. But off now to mixed doubles with Ben Johns. They have 44 titles together, one win away from 45.
And again, this is Ben John's only match of the day, so he was focused from start to finish. There at 7-all, you saw the anticipation from Leigh Waters off that Gabe Tardio Ernie. Her anticipation, we asked about it after the match. She's like, I don't know, it's just innate. I know where I have to be. I don't think about it, but she was great all day long. Ben Johns, though, I thought this was the best performance of the whole tournament. He looked focused, he looked fresh, he looked calm, he was taking over the middle, he was big, and he just took it to Anna Bright and Gabe Tardio in a way we haven't seen in a long time. Favorites for tomorrow? Heavy favorites for tomorrow. I expect them to take another gold medal here in San Clemente.
Well, so certainly a long day for Leigh Waters to round out the extremely impressive day. The 17-year-old now with Catherine Parento in women's doubles camp.
Yeah, a new partnership they're facing there in Jessie Irvin and Mari Humberg there, but Leigh Waters knows Humberg's game very well. They're teammates on the 5s, and it was a tough first game there, as you see, 11-9, but they said they really recovered well from taking that loss. Catherine Parento in her post-match interview, she said, we learned a lot. We really took a lot from that. Almost, you're not thankful you lost, but you can really take a lot and go forward with it. And I think it showed here, especially closing out that second game, 11-3. Look for them to sustain this going up against the girlies tomorrow.
She's 3 wins away from yet another Triple Crown, going for her 30th. This is what it's going to look like on Championship Sunday for Leigh Waters. An absolute brutal schedule, but she's been able to do it. I want to circle back to her singles match because, Cam, you were talking about how you thought it'd be closer. Matt, I'll give you the kudos there. That was not what happened.
Kills me.
Pickled Mary Brasha in that first game there and did it in under 10 minutes. So if you're coming into this singles final, what is the strategy to beat her?
Look, you have to execute. Singles is all about momentum. If you can make the shots, you're going to go on a rampage and potentially win. I thought Paris Todd against Caitlin Christian today played her best match of the tournament, and San Clemente is where she beat Leigh Waters in 2022. If her passing shots are as good as they were in that last game and a half against Caitlin Christian, she can win. Normally, I pick Leigh as a heavy favorite against anyone, but Paris Todd tomorrow, I don't know. I'm giving it a 70-30 to Leigh.
Wow. And I will say, too, I think this is the toughest, in my opinion, at least so far in Annalie's career, the toughest Sunday for a Triple Crown she has seen. I mean, Paris Todd, it could go either way. Yes, maybe the favorites still tell Annalie. Then you look, they're playing Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher. They've lost before. Then you look at Christian Alshon, Catherine Prento. They had to go 3 games with them. It's going to be tough tomorrow. This is not a cakewalk. She's guaranteed a Triple Crown.
Well, she's going for her 10th just this year. What are the challenges of playing in all 3 disciplines beside, obviously, strategizing, but what has made her so successful in accomplishing that?
I think she just got it down packed. She knows the formula. She knows the routine of how to schedule out her days. She plays first and she plays last, and she knows, okay, I'm going to eat here. I'm going to rest here. This is when I'm going to warm up. And they really got it down to a science.
Modus operandi. Right?
Explain that one to us, Matt.
Yeah, it's modus operandi.
Okay.
Matt spent some time on synonym.com before the show. Let's jump into what we saw in men's singles because, of course, the defending champion Ben Johns was eliminated during pool play. The top seed Federico Staksrud looked dominant in pool play, but today against Connor Garnett, it was the 3 seed that got the best of him, Matt.
Staksrud had chances game 1. It was Connor Garnett with that 2-handed backhand. This is a matchup beforehand that I said, if Staksrud maybe had lost the match in pool play, he might have played McGuffin. I don't think he wanted to play Garnett. But was the #1 player in the world going to go down without a fight? We knew that would not happen. This match took forever. He won game 2, but game 3, all about Connor Garnett. Again, we spoke Staksrud with his legs fatigued by playing other disciplines. Maybe that has something to do with it, a little mental fatigue as well. But Connor Garnett into the final, one of the top singles players, obviously, in the world. He's got a good shot tomorrow, that's for sure.
Looking for his 3rd title over in men's doubles. It's the 6-seeded pairing of Tyson McGuffin and Andre Diescu taking on the 3-seeded pairing J.W. Johnson and Gabe Tardio. Cam, what stood out to you in this?
Well, this is a new partnership there with J.W. and Gabe Tardio. They know each other's games very well. Gabe came into the sport of pickleball with the Johnsons on their side. They took care of business 11-2, but when you are going up against Tyson McGuffin on the other side, he can just get momentum. He can get it from the crowd. He can get it from Andre, and Andre can be big and steady. You're not going to get a lot of mistakes from him. You saw that there. They got game 2, pushed it to game 3. I thought here, though, it's just the hands from the 2 on the other side. The Boca guys with JW and Gabe. It's going to be interesting tomorrow who has the quickest hands, but who can execute.
That's relentless. And Dave talked a lot about the funnel through the middle, not letting anything through there. Maybe spreading the court instead, going a little wide. We'll see if that can be done tomorrow.
We're going to talk to Dave in just a moment. Just a quick look here on what's happening on Championship Sunday as far as men's singles and men's doubles finals are concerned. It looks pretty appetizing if you ask us. We're going to ask Dave about it here in just a moment because Dave Fleming, voice of Pickleball, of course, is joining us live from San Clemente. Dave, so excited to have you with us here. Which final of the men's are you looking forward to the most?
Got to be the rematch, Danny. I mean, the girlies versus AL and CP. We talked about the rivalries in the interview, and this is something, you know, you hope gets there. Like I talked about in the interview, you know, in football, if you get that rivalry game, because it's scheduled. In our sport, we don't get things scheduled, so they got to earn their way there. And I think a message has been sent to the rest of the ladies playing pro pickleball that Annalie and Kamryn aren't invincible. They've lost a couple games this week. They lost a match this week, and they are going to be roaring to go tomorrow. But the girlies took a body blow today, too, but then were really smart. They took ego out of it today, slowed the match down, and are going to play in that rivalry matchup tomorrow. That's going to be absolutely fantastic.
And speaking of Annalie and Kamryn going against the girlies, I want to take a look at Leigh Waters. I was talking to them earlier. I think this might be one of the toughest Sundays she's ever had to try and get a Triple Crown here. Do you think she can get it done? There's Paris Todd, who's beat her before. There's the girlies. And then Kamryn and Alshon, they took a game off of them. What do you think?
They certainly did. I mean, I think the women's doubles match is the hardest of that group for them. When she plays against Kamryn in mixed doubles, she just has that little extra edge. And the other thing she has is that Mr. Ben Johns is only going to play 1 match tomorrow. Not 3, not 2. He only had to play 1 today because he didn't get through in men's doubles or men's singles. So he is going to be at his absolute best. He was phenomenal today. So I think they are a more heavily favored team in that one than in the women's, certainly, which I think is a toss-up.
Dave, 10 a.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Ooh, other way around, excuse me. You think I'm talking about pickleball?
Can someone help Matt with time zones?
I just started out.
Hours today. You know,
I'm sorry, you're the mathematician. You think I'm talking about pickleball? I'm talking about the Steelers and the Browns. They start at the same time as you're calling the action tomorrow. How are you going to navigate both? Are you going to have like the phone on there and look at the court? How does that work for Dave Fleming?
So, Matt, here's something that you and others may not know about me. I may be #1 in the world at avoiding sports scores, and I put the fear of death into a lot of people. So don't come up to me and say, hey, Dave, unbelievable slate of pickleball, and how about that Russell Wilson throw to George Pickens? If somebody says that to me, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I have a teeny-weeny angry side. Don't ruin a Pittsburgh sports score with me. Come on.
Are you going to wear some Pittsburgh memorabilia, though? A little Steelers outfit or what?
Get a terrible towel with you?
Sir, every Sunday, I may not have it outwardly, I guarantee you black and gold will be on my body tomorrow.
If you're in San Clemente, steer clear. No spoilers going whatsoever near Dave Fleming's way. Let him focus up, right? I mean, that was a threat if I'd ever heard one. Dave, I appreciate you joining us. It's nice to talk to you.
You're darn right it was.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Okay, look, you heard Dave. If there's one team that can knock off the #1 seeds, it's the girlies. They've done it 3 times before. What's it going to take for them to beat them again? We're going to talk about it next on Pickleball Live.
Bright Rohrbacher, they might be the new team to beat.
Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher embrace for a well-deserved gold medal. And the Grand Slam title goes to the 2-seed Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher. Anna Bright and Rachel Rohrbacher are your 2024 World Champions.
Congrats to the girlies, and they are a force to be reckoned with now and into the future.
Leigh Waters and Kamryn have been absolute dominant pairing. Just 4 losses as a duo, but 3 of those have been to the girlies. Yes, Rachel Rohrbacher, Anna Bright. Cam, based on current form, is it crazy to think that the girlies are the favorite?
After this weekend, I think it is a possibility. I mean, they were really tested on the side of Leigh Waters and Kamryn Printo. You saw them go down to Georgia Johnson, Lacey Schneemann. You saw them also struggle against Irvin and Humberg. I mean, there were just some other teams that really tested them. And I think it was seeing almost, we got to kind of give credit to Georgia Johnson and Lacey Schneemann saying, hey, it's not just the girlies can beat them. Anyone can really test them. You saw that with Pisnick and Todd as well. So I think they have a strict game plan. They know to play quick. They're very strong, and they're not scared of them at all. So I could definitely see them. If it doesn't go 3 quick, then it's going to go 5, and we also know that
the fear factor is definitely gone from the field. And I think that on both sides, too, even for Bright and Rohrbacher, I think Schneemann and Johnson weren't afraid of that matchup tonight either.
No, not at all.
In 25, I think it's going to be much more open for the entire field.
Something to look forward to, that's for sure. But Coach of the Stars, we got to ask you what you think. Are we going to see out of this pairing? What's the strategies? What's the shots? What's the patterns that we're going to see in the final?
Rohrbacher was the X factor. How good can she play? And she's proved she can play in a major way, and that's why they've had that win. Printo have kind of been, she's been the X factor for Annalie's team. She's been attacked a lot, a barrage, but I think how she's played in mixed with Christian Alshon today, now she played in doubles, how she's bounced back from a couple losses, showed her value really to that team. I think she's going to step up in a big way. And I think it's going to be the highest level on both sides. I don't think you're going to see many holes. I think it could go 4 games, 5 games with a lot of quality on both sides. I don't know who I'm picking for this one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Kamryn started this weekend at her best at all. I think she would agree in that, but she really got into form. I mean, I think this was the best I've seen her play in a long time, not just this week. I mean, she played absolutely amazing. So I think it'll be who's going to be stacked up in front of who. I think we've seen that we kind of like Anna Leigh on the left, but it really depends on what they're seeing on the other side. They can switch it up. Both teams can play straight up, and that's what makes it so difficult to decide who's going to come out on top.
It's interesting because when Kamryn's on the right, though, the barrage can come at her, right? From Anna Bright in front of her and Rachel Rohrbacher coming cross court. So if that's the case, I don't like her there a lot. But again, with Christian Alshon, she showed anything coming at her, the hand speed is there, and she's going to do great.
Obviously a title on the line, but could there be more than that? Could the results of this match directly affect partnerships for next year?
I don't think so. I think both teams being in the final kind of secures that partnership for at least Q1 or at least the half of 2025. But I do think players like Lacey Schneemann, Georgia Johnson, showing their value in finals here. If I'm a player both in mixed and in women's right now, I'm looking at Lacey Schneemann and be like, all right, if something goes wrong with my partnership, she's my first call 100%.
Wow, yeah.
That backhand's much improved.
No, it really is, and she's really solidified that left side. I think she's one of the better players out there. On the side of Kamryn Parento and Leigh Waters, they've even said, we love that the girlies are testing us. She goes, because we've gotten better. We've had to learn new patterns. We've had to really up our game because it used to just be, the same thing, kind of one every day. You heard Anna Bright in her post-game match. She said, all the fans, they'll message us or DM us, we're tired of, Leigh Waters and Kamryn winning. She's like, so are we. And so for them to kind of get through that hurdle to finally get that first win, and not only one, now here we go again. Not a favorite, but big-time contenders that could take this match tomorrow.
Well, tell us, the viewers and fans, what you two think, because you're in the hot seat here. Pick a winner. Cam?
Go for it.
Girlies. I'll
take the girlies.
It's the bow in the hair today.
Well,
I picked. I am going Leigh Waters and Kamryn Parento. They just look like the chemistry is there. I picked against the girlies last time, and I was wrong. But I'm picking against them this time, and I think I'm going to be right. I think Kamryn Parento is going to be the difference maker. I really liked what I saw the last 24, 48 hours from her. The bounce back. I think she's in a good headspace. She seems positive. She's a lot to prove. But you're going to see.
He's really stating his case.
They really are. Look, he's got some history to back it up. 24 titles together as a duo, looking for their 25th. You know what? Speaking of tough, we've done so much this entire week on demos. Let's get to an advanced move. Can we learn the Ernie? Yep, that's what's coming up next on Pickleball Live.
We're going to have you doing an Ernie by the end of that, Danny.
Back to Pickleball Live. If you are loving the PPA finals, well, then you should take a look at the upcoming schedule because still a lot more to get to. Daytona Beach Open is what's up next. And of course, the Masters, a favorite of everyone in Rancho Mirage, California. That's happening January 6th through the 12th. We've got the Australia Pickleball Open, the first time we're having a major event over internationally, going down under. Look, if you want to check out this entire schedule, you just have to go to visitppa.com/schedule, and you will be able to go check out what you can see in person.
Another day, another demo, but today it is all about not a trick shot, but a very difficult shot, the Ernie. What is an Ernie? Well, first of all, we got to talk about the kitchen or the non-volley zone. We know that I can't take a ball out of the air with my feet inside the kitchen, but I can jump around it. So if you were to leave a ball a little bit hanging towards this post, I can jump from the kitchen outside and hit the ball.
You just want to make sure, Matt, that your takeoff, it is not touching the kitchen line.
Correct.
And then you're also not landing on the kitchen line. You have to be clean on your takeoff as well as your landing. Does it differentiate whether I'm on the right side or the left side?
Of course, but let's take a look at the best do it, Ben Johns first, and then we'll get on right or left. That ball is hanging there for Ben Johns. He wants to take time and space away from his opponents. Catches it in front of him. Look at the takeoff, the landing, and that's how the best in the world do it. So Cam.
You can do that, right? You taught him that?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
okay, that
I did.
makes
He
sense.
came to the Manasse clinic actually, and then
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense.
So, if I was dinking with you cross court, where my partner was, and I put a ball maybe behind you and your head's down, I'm gonna look to. I want to shrink the court. Okay. So I want to take away this part of the court. I want to force you to go middle to my opponent, right? So if ball's kind of behind.
Time for the hot shot of the day, and Maddie, it came on match point.
Yes, Connor Garnett, known for the two-handed backhand. The ATP takes out Federico Staksrud, the #1 player in the world, moves on to tomorrow's final against Hunter Johnson. Another look here, finding the corner pocket. Booyah. Bingo.
Nation.
Woohoo, booyah at that. I love the sound effects there. You know what, and on match point, it definitely deserves a booyah. Look, we get to see what's coming up here on Championship Sunday. That guy is going to be in the mix, of course. You see Hunter Johnson against Conor Garnett. If you were taking a look at this list and you could pick just one final to watch, Cam, what is it?
Well, I think it's going to be very telling is that last women's singles. I say that because that first match there, depending, it could go 2 hours, and that is a very long match to start your day. Then right in the middle, hopefully Ben's playing well and looking really good. And you have that mixed. But it's going to be tough, that women's singles. It is not a cakewalk there with Paris Todd. That could go 3. So I think it's going to be very telling to see how that women's singles ends because of how the day starts in women's doubles for her.
Which one are you most looking forward to?
Hunter Johnson, Conor Garnett. Conor Garnett.
That is the one.
That is.
You're zeroing in.
Hunter Johnson 6-1 against Conor Garnett to cap his year off. The title would be massive. Start of the year outside the top 40 on a rampage. I expect him to take that one.
That's unbelievable. Curious to know if you have any bold predictions before we say goodbye.
I had Hunter Johnson winning the whole thing. So
Early on.
I'm going to stand by it. Don't let me down, Hunter, please.
I have Paris Todd taking a game against Annalie Waters in women's singles. I don't know if I have her winning the whole thing, though.
Okay.
Goes 3.
I also see
Baby bold.
Baby bold.
Yes.
Baby bold.
Okay.
Taking a little leap.
You said you wanted to see something else. What is it?
I think this is where Annalie Waters triple crowns for her 10th time this year, and she gets her little golden 30th.
That's really bold.
I'll take it all day. We'll get out of here. I'll take it all day.
Amazing.
I'll take it.
Continuing to write history at 17 years
Crazy.
old. You don't want to miss it. Championship Sunday is coming your way tomorrow. Make sure you join us. This has been Pickleball Live. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you tomorrow.